What's going on, Libra? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of October 2023. So in this reading, Libra, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides, and so much more for you, Libra, regarding October 2023. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here, Libra, in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Libra. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you. We'll see what's coming your way for October 2023, Libra. Yikes. All right, well, things might be a little scrambled as usual. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Libra. Okay. Libra. Thank you. Wow. Well, Libra, there's something here about completely, for a lot of you, completely revamping your approach when it comes to your career, or really when it comes to your vocation, what you believe you're put on the earth to do, your purpose in life, how you make money, how you project yourself into the world. There's a clear message here of a complete revamping to that, even if it's very difficult for you to do so. And I'm going to really help you with this. There's also a lot of movement in personal relationships. So we're going to have to see what's going on here, Libra, for you. Okay, so before we get into the tarot, it honestly looks like a very transformational month. It is surrounded by a lot of uncertainty for sure. I really feel like the uncertainty of where your life is going, not having the clear, perfect picture, is going to bother you. In October, I really think it's just going to bother you, but I'm telling you, there's a reason why you're going through this deep, it seems like a very dark period of uncertainty. Many of you will feel like the universe is testing you, pushing your buttons. How much can you take for whatever reason? We're going to have to see, but it will work out better than whatever you're thinking. What I can say for sure is that your conscious expectations of this is how October is going to go, how it's actually going to go will be better than what you're thinking right now. So if you're thinking it's going to go great, it might go even better. But for a lot of you, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of revamping. So there's a lot to unpack here. So let's get into it. The first energy you need more of to embody here, Libra, is inspire. And you see the little heron bird here, and you have inspire. Inspiration is all about breathing life into something and following what lights you up. So I do get the message that you are actually meant to inspire others this month, or really working on yourself to get to the point where you can inspire others here, Libra. And there's something that I live by that I really feel like is a cornerstone of my own success, which I hope you can take on too if it works for you, if it resonates, is that I work on myself way harder than I work on my business. I work on myself way harder than I work on, I hope I learn all the tarot card meanings and I hope that I can read accurately. No, I work on myself, and then it translates in the reading. So there's a lot of working on yourself, whatever that means for you, but there is something coming through very strongly. This is a card of inspiration, but there's something here about, and I'm getting this very strongly, there's something about you incorporating nonverbal communication into the way that you either inspire other people or become inspired by people. There's something here, Libra, and this is a very deep concept I hope you can understand. Many of you already understand it. It's a reminder that thoughts, the spoken word, English language is highly limited. Our brains, our thoughtscape is much deeper. Non-verbal thought, non-verbal reality, the things that you have in your head cannot even touch the description of it. As soon as you speak about a concept, an inspired concept you have, that concept is diminished tenfold because the human language is highly limited. Your thoughts, using things like allegory, picture, nonverbal body language, paintings, analogy, metaphor, these things can convey meaning and can convey inspiration in a much more effective way. And it's one of the reasons why I love tarot, is because I'm using inspiration in a non-verbal way, in a picturesque, metaphorical, and using analogy and metaphor and pictures, body language, instead of just words. And what I'm telling you, there's also something here about a lot of you being a musician. The universe, if you've been wanting to do music, a lot of you very talented musicians need to start using your voice, but not getting tripped up about the words. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, but just stay with me because it's coming through so clear for you for some reason, Libra. There's something here with this card, Libra, about you not getting hung up on the words. I'm getting a visual of many of you want to be a speaker, you want to be, whatever it is, you're going to have to talk. So I don't know what, it's going to be different things for different Libras, just stay with me. There's something here about you don't care about the words, care about the place it's coming from, and find a way. I'm telling you, for some of you, this is so prevalent, all of you really, find a way to communicate non-verbally. Find a way to take the treasures that you have in your mind. I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind, but couldn't open up my own thoughts. Why couldn't you open up your own thoughts, Kanye? Because yeah, the English language is limited. I don't. So, what I'm trying to say here, Libra, is there's something here about not letting verbiage get in the way of your own creativity. I feel like I'm butchering this a little bit too much than I already have been. But all I can say, Libra, is definitely finding a way for you to communicate the very complex, rich imagination, the downloads that you get that you know it's very hard for you to verbally express. Find a creative way, such as what I did with the tarot, such as what I did. I started to show my face on camera, because that communicates nonverbal communication much more strongly. There's something about you're too hung up on the words. If you're a musician, you're like, well, I don't know what words to say. I don't know how to make songs like that. I don't know what words to use. Let me know when it occurs to you how many, and blah, 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 blah. See, it doesn't even matter what I'm saying. I'm literally an autistic kid spazzing and all of you are hooked on it. Do you understand that? Or would you rather me be like, the Nine of Pentacles was, originated in Italy. No, shut up. So it's like, who cares about your words? There's something about words limiting you. Okay, we're done. Woo! You're welcome. And then so you have inspire, and then you have confidence. And this is the energy you need more of. And if you look at this frequency, Libra, it is very much so the peacock. And it is about peacocking, and it's about using your body language and not being afraid of you looking real good, like a luxurious, elegant, symmetrical Libra that you are. This is something about, if you can't use your words, use your body. There's also something about some of you being watched at work. If you work in a company, or if you're applying, even if you're starting to start your own business and you're on like YouTube or you're selling yourself, there's something about really utilizing your own elegance, and don't be afraid to peacock and stand out. Don't be afraid this month, I'm telling you, to wear clothing that is very elegant, to make yourself stand out once again in a non-verbal way. Because there's something about verbal has been really keeping you stuck. Even if you don't, by the way, some of you didn't know this was keeping you stuck, but it is. And maybe now it's clicking for you. And even if it's not clicking, I'm still telling you that's what it is. And some of you are like, I'm a linguist. That's not my problem. Your fancy vocabulary is why people don't watch you and why people watch The Mystic from New York. It's just, so something about that. But confidence. Don't be afraid to stand out and peacock and really use your luxurious Libra way. So maybe buying that fancy Gucci and wearing that. It's not about money, it's about the vibe. It's about peacocking, standing out. Because there's the reason why I'm getting so fired up, and for the returning viewers that have been listening to me for a while, I remember when I was in the Dominican Republic and I was like, this is one of those readings where I like want to start hitting the table and I'm like, because I'm just trying to non-verbally communicate something to you. What it is, we'll have to see. But it's definitely something about unlocking you. And then you also have determination. Libra, the last frequency that you need is determination. And you see like this is a salmon. It's a fish on this card, but the fish on the card is actually a salmon. And salmon are fish that are very determined. They have to swim upriver to survive. And this is a card reminding you, Libra, that it may feel like your life is out of order. Things may feel very even toxic and uncertain about your life path, but you are where you need to be. This process that you're going through right here about inspiration, confidence, and determination, it is where you need to be, and things are going to be put right. Things are going to go better than you thought. Now, some of you are going to be connecting to a very important Pisces. So I do get for some of you, if you have a Pisces in your life that you're connecting to, they're going to be very critical for you to connect with in October. So, okay, let's get into the tarot now. When it comes to your opportunity, Libra, for October, it is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury. It's very similar to that. This woman could be perceived as peacocking a little bit. So I do get that first message of, really look at that nonverbal communication of this person, right? Create compelling spectacles, use analogy, use metaphor. Do not try to be a little bit of an awakened poet, I do get that, but speak through your something else. But this is also the card of financial freedom, financial independence, and just independence in general. There is something here about the good life is available to you, Libra, if you can adjust your approach when it comes to your career. Obviously, the adjustments that you're going to be making to your career are deeper than just it's nonverbal communication, but that's a bigger part of it that some of you wish to acknowledge, because then some of you acknowledge it, but then you're like, well, how am I going to implement that? Just experiment. I don't know. But there's something here, Libra, about financial independence for you, and really independence in general. I think that many of you are sick of codependence in your life in some sort of way. And this is you really about creating financial freedom for yourself where no one else touches your money besides you. You getting your money in order is very important, and it's an opportunity for you. It's definitely an opportunity for you to revamp the way that you relate to money. And, for a lot of you, it definitely has to do with that thing of communicating your value to the world. Value is something that improves other people's lives. And I really feel like for you, it's like you're trying too hard to use fancy words. The etymology of blah, blah, blah. Shut up. It's like, no, just be a luxurious Libra. I'm an Aries. The baby. All I need to see to be happy and for you to provide value to me is to see a luxurious Libra walk down the street. I'm like, ooh, Aries, baby. But then I'm a Capricorn moon, so I'm like, hey, come over. Hey, whoa, what are we doing? So then, then when it comes to your challenge, it is the star. And the star has to do with a wish fulfillment, regeneration, renewal, healing, and also getting a lot of attention. And for many of you here, the challenge is to completely revamp. I get it's your career. I get it's the way that you project yourself. I get it's the way that you make money, considering that there's love here, but it's loose. I don't know what's going on with your love life, first of all. For some of you, there is going to be a challenge to revamp love between you and someone, clearly. But even if you're involved in a love situation, it's kind of taking a backseat to your opportunity is to focus on you. Because if you don't make yourself happy first, if you don't crack the code to your own soul, how can I best provide value to the world so I can get rich, so I can feel good in myself? Not about money for some of you. It doesn't matter about money. It's just about energy, and money is just energy. But there's something here about it's very challenging for you to revamp. And for some of you, it's harder for you to get to attract attention this month. And for a lot of you, I do feel like you may feel like, or you've been feeling like this, or you will feel like you're not getting as much attention. Like, why is baby Aries not just jaw-dropping staring at me on the street anymore? And it's because you've fallen into a certain trap of trying to get attention through some sort of once again, over intellectual verbal way, something like that. And you know what's interesting is like your challenge is, you see how this woman is like naked, right? And so there's something about revealing the true naked you through some sort of abstract form of communication, and that's going to vary for many of you. So I don't know what that is, but we're going to have to see. And then when it comes to your overall general energy, very spiritual month for you. Very deep, very spiritual, very non-surface level. I mean, you have all these major arcana in this reading. Whenever major arcana cards come out, like they're not minor, these are major cards, it shows that you're going through a development of your soul. So whatever's happening in the physical, external, mundane, day-to-day existence. I'm in my apartment on Monday through Friday, then I go out with it's like none of that really, like some of you are also going to be traveling. There's a lot of movement in your physical, mundane life, but it's all taking a backseat to a deeper spiritual transformation, probably having to do with what I'm mentioning throughout this whole reading. But your overall general energy, Libra, is the moon in reverse. You have the strength card, and you also have the devil. Okay, so for a lot of you here, it's like you have a lot of pride in yourself is what I'm getting, and you're just finding the right way to show it in an organic way. The first thing is the moon card is a card of unknown. It's the card of your subconscious mind, but because it's in reverse, many of you may be receiving negative synchronicity this month of your own fears, doubts, insecurities, buried memories. Something is just it just feels dark. It's this month, it just feels like, what are we really doing? Like, I understand I signed up to incarnate here, but it just seems like uncertain, and like, what's the point of all this? But the whole point is for you to navigate this uncertainty. And then you have the strength card and you have the devil. And I'm getting a few things for this. The first thing is definitely, this is about merging with the higher self, merging the animalistic lower self with the higher self in a gentle way. And the strength card is about moving through a difficult situation with grace. So the universe may be throwing punches at you. You just have to like remain calm and move through it. But a deeper message that I'm getting is to own your own devilish nature in a conscious way. And the whole reading that I'm telling you about, inspiration, confidence, determination, speaking through analogy, metaphor, and some sort of creative nonverbal communication, may involve your own sexual energy, may involve your own physical body, and it may be something that some of you are working through shame issues about. I don't think that's it for all of you. It's going to be very subtle and different, but I do feel for a lot of you, you're going to have the strength to move past your own toxicity. We're going to clarify what that is. It could be a person holding you back. We're going to have to see. But for many of you out there, there is something about just owning your own ability to peacock. And this is for those of you that are employed, for those of you that work for a salary or you have a boss, there's something about management watching you this month for October. And there's something about if you can display confident body language, not in a way that you're so try hard. Like, imagine I was doing this reading and I was really trying to control my body, and I was like, Libra, see, I'm strong. I'm a strong tower. It would just be off. So there's something about just subtly, consciously altering your body language and communicating non-verbally once. I'm not going to say that again but it's very crucial. I don't think a lot of you are understanding how crucial it is. That's why I keep saying it. Sometimes I just have to say something once and the universe is like, okay, they get it, move on. But a vast majority of you don't understand what I'm saying yet, but I think you do understand. It's just you just needs to take time to click in. And then, not that it's beyond you, it's just different. So then, because there's something about whatever you're doing in your career, the way you project yourself, you're speaking, but they're not listening. You're trying to communicate your complexity in your brain, right? Your thoughts are more complex than what verbiage and what the English language can communicate. And there's something about your speaking and people are just not listening. They don't care. It's just like it's going in one ear and out the other. So if you can introduce another way, I'm not going to say it again, but you know what I'm saying. And here's where it gets better actually for you. Here's where it gets way better. So in what you don't see coming, you have the Four of Wands, the Justice card, and also the High Priestess here. So something about what your intuition has been trying to tell you is being put right. A lot of lack of clarity will be brought to justice for you. Something is being put right here, and it's very mysterious. And I really feel it's this whole revamping of your life situation, and there's also crucial relationships coming in for you. And what you don't see coming, you have the Four of Wands. This is about harmonious communication with soul family. I do feel like you're going to be communicating with soul family here, who's really, there are, and what you don't see coming, solid relationships. And some of you, you're actually in October. I'm getting this very strongly from many of you. There's a group of people, one or two or multiple people you've been dealing with. In the beginning of October, it's a little bit rocky. You don't know where this is going. It's a friend group. It's some sort of group of people that you're interacting with. It could be career, family, friends, whoever. It's a group of people. By the end of October, that gets put right for a lot of you. And whatever issues that you've been having with people that you perceive to be your soul family, people who you know you have a soul contract with, deep connections, it gets put right. It just does. And that's by mid to late October, it gets put right and you can really move forward with these people in a harmonious way. But from the October 1st to October 15th, I wouldn't be surprised if you're having deep issues with soul family members. But then I'm telling you, from as the energy reads right now, late October, that gets put right. And you can enter into an interdependent relationship, not independent, not dependent, interdependent. It just works for something about you and people. I had something else to say, but it just went awry. So yeah. And then here's where it's like the advice. The advice is definitely a complete revamp. It's very hard. It's not easy for you to do with the star being in your challenge. Your advice, Libra, is the Fool, the Death, and also the Six of Wands. And so the first message that I'm getting, the Six of Wands is all about you getting attention. It's your public image. It's you receiving recognition and you being celebrated as victorious. This is your advice. In order for you to get the attention that you want, and some of you I have to deal with are like, I don't want attention. I just Madith, mate, oh my God. In order for you to get this, because attention is the highest form of currency, there needs to be a complete death and rebirth. Revamping. And you know what's funny is that some of you are going to have to be willing to look bad, because the frequency that I get from some of you is you're not taking action because you don't want to fail, you don't want to look bad. Some of you, like, you have a career move that you want to do, and it's like you'd rather just kind of sit there and do nothing so that you can avoid failure. But failure is actually a step. Failure is a part of success, not separate from success. So fail forward here. But the main message is not even that. Some of you needed to hear that, most of you didn't. What all of you need to hear, that I'm getting very strongly, is that when it comes to this revamping of the way that you project yourself, instead of being over intellectual, using things like analogy, metaphor, imagery, body language, elegance, movement, I don't know what it is. Are you just twerking here? I don't know what you're doing. You're afraid of looking like a fool. See that? So, am I afraid of it? No. So there's something here about the only way that you're going to get attention is if you face your fear of looking like an idiot. Sacred fool here, Libra. Sacred fool, yeah. So if anyone calls you a fool, what are they doing? That's so weird. That's how you know you're moving in the right direction. And that's not your audience anyway. If someone has an issue with what you're doing, the revamping that you have, you could say, there's the door. If someone's criticizing you, they're not your audience anyway. Because there's something about your weirdness using nonverbal communication, that symmetrical Libran elegance here. I don't know what it is. It's going to be something. Finding a creative way to get what's in your head out in some sort of way. I keep saying I'm not going to say it, but I just think it's so damn important. So with that being said, let's go ahead and some of you really don't want to do it though, or some of you really know that what I'm saying is correct, but you really just have no clue how to do it. So let's help you with that. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Nine of Pentacles is your opportunity. Okay, let's get the details right. Why is the Nine of Pentacles your opportunity, Libra? For yeah. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here for you? Yeah. Yeah. The Nine of Pentacles in your opportunity, Libra, is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and also the Two of Swords here when it comes to your opportunity. I do feel like there's a deep fear of not having enough money. Even if it's just in the back of your mind, this is an opportunity to look at your own resistance to money. And I don't think a lot of you have resistance to money in the way that you think I mean it. I just think there's something going on here. First of all, the Nine of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Cups. You see what? You see individuals on this card. And there's also something here about you following you. If you can follow your inspiration, right? Inspire, it's going to lead to enhanced synchronicity. Okay, because the Nine of, just follow me. Trust me, I'm getting somewhere very important. But once again, what I have in my head, it's hard to communicate it. That's why I use pictures, okay? You need to find a way to do it too. I don't know what it is. That's why tarot is brilliant and not going to go anywhere anytime soon, despite what people think about AI can do a better tarot reading than autistic. No. Okay. The Nine of Cups. You definitely focusing on your own individually, but there's also something here about you not being afraid of negative synchronicity. Because for me, the Nine of Cups is about synchronicity. The Five of Pentacles and the Two of Sword combination is definitely something about like your own fear, the own shadow of perhaps what you really don't want to happen in the physical world. Whether it's, maybe I'm going to do this and I'm not going to get attention. Whatever it is here, Libra, there's definitely something about you being open to what we call negative synchronicity. Something showing you this is not the right path for you. You need to readjust. Because here's the thing, Libra, a lot of you have been ignoring negative synchronicity for a long time. Or if you haven't been, then this month it happens. There's something going to show you, Libra, the path that you're trying to force right now, maybe it ain't it. Maybe there's another path. But if you just ignore it, like the universe is saying, Libra, no, change it, revamp your career, do it differently, and then you just ignore that because of fear. Well, that's not practical. That's just like, There's also something about music. There's something about you listening to songs and letting music synchronistically guide you. But a lot of you, what I'm getting is you're going to be so afraid of it. It's like you're going to ask for something. You're going to listen to a song and the exact lyric will come to you and show you exactly what to do. And some of you will just be like, that's schizophrenic. And it's just like, okay, well, everyone, so I don't know what that is. There's definitely things, like deep fear of poverty. And for some of you, if you don't have money, it's more immediate, it's more extreme. Some of you who have money, it's less extreme. But there's definitely something about your own resistance towards money needs to be resolved. And the way that it's going to be resolved is, once again, a complete revamping of the way that you project yourself into the world. Some of you who already have something going, a career going, some sort of way of making money, you don't have to quit it. You just have to readjust it. For some of you that are really struggling, well, then you need to completely revamp it. Death and rebirth in that category. So let's go ahead and see, Libra, why the star is in your challenge, right? Why is the star? Because I feel like, Ten of Pentacles here. Well, the star is clarified here, Libra, by the Ten of Pentacles and also the Death card here. So definitely there's some sort of revamping of your legacy and a complete transformation. The Death card has to do with an ending, but it has to do with a deep spiritual transformation. It's interesting that the Death card is in your challenge and it's also in your advice. So there's definitely a spiritual transformation that you need to do, but it's definitely linked to the physical world, and that's what this whole reading is about. So your legacy, your monopoly, your long-term goals are definitely transforming and changing here, Libra. And I honestly feel that I've given you what you need for this reading, wherein just know that you're being guided, know that you're on a path, you are not alone, and the universe has your back. You just need to make the necessary adjustments and make it easier, make it simplistic. Take what's in your head and find a way to express it in a unique, creative way, and you'll be just fine.